shit, the red lights.
Oh, so it does tell you when I'm recording. Does it?
Yep.
Oh, that sucks. I was hoping.
We see it.
Because I love, just surprising Shane with different things. Shane, I'm going to mention him several times, probably because I miss him. Not that I don't love him, but Shane is my main co-host. More often than not, he's on here with me. Jen and Jeff are frequent co-hosts as well. But Shane's got a little podcast, Rock Paper Podcast, y'all. That's what he does. So if you don't know, you should know. He's a good dude. You guys listen to...
mayor of the St. Louis music.
Yeah. Did you know that?
I did not know that.
Yeah, he just got dubbed the other day. I don't know who dubbed him,
Anthony J. Russo.
Oh, Anthony J. Russo dubbed him the mayor of the St. Louis local scene.
So is awesome. Is this like a fucking made up thing like McDonald Land or something? Like fucking
Shane's
like Hamburger hangs out there because this is fake. This is bullshit. Let me tell you something. Shane doesn't need any more smoke blowing up his ass. Okay, that dude gets all the praise in the world. We're not going to do it on this show. All right.
All right. No feeding Shane's ego. I get it.
Not at all. Sydney, Lana, welcome to the Stone Dog Show. My name's Gabe Stroop. Welcome everybody else watching as well. This is the 21st motherfucking edition of the show.
Yeah.
Happy to have you here. I just wanted to start off first of all, because I talk a lot about myself on the show because it is my fucking show. Since I have guests that, that aren't my friends yet, I would say, more acquaintances so far, I want to know how you guys are doing. How's your life been? So, past couple weeks, screw all the bad stuff. Jen, Jeff, we'll start with you. What's some good stuff that's been going on in your life?
We just got a pop-up camper, so we're going to hit the road and go camping.
Dude, that is sick. Like a crank-up pop-up camper?
Yeah.
It's a 2006 StarCraft. Got it used. Not too bad. It sleeps 6 people, so we spent the entire weekend cleaning it all out and working on a few things that needed some work done to it and airing it all out. But we pretty much spent all Labor Day weekend in our front yard in our camper.
We camped in our front yard.
That's all. No fun.
Dude, there's nothing wrong with that. Hey, Lena, are you from, because I've seen on Facebook profile kind of looking before the show, are you from Missouri, Lena?
I am not. I'm actually from Illinois.
Okay. Are you guys campers? Do you know, did you go take a pop-up out or anything when you were younger?
I'm actually from Colorado originally, so I did a lot of camping growing up. Yeah.
Yeah.
No,
really.
No, I can't camp at all. I'm outdoors literate.
Okay.
No camping for me.
No, I got you. No, it's all right. Because, sometimes it's just hot as fuck and there's nothing to do. So, can't blame you there. It all really depends on the type of camper. Because, my parents had a pop-up camper growing up. It was, the crank-out kind. That was pretty badass. We go do some fun stuff. My friend Troy, though, he has a boat that we take out, at times at Mark Twain Lake in Missouri. And we go up there, and it's I swear, there are 5 families of spiders that have been living there for generations. This 1970s fucking camper that we have to fucking pull tarp off of that's been there for the past, I swear. The first time he doesn't. And it's not that I wouldn't do it. I'd do it, but I didn't know it was going to be that kind of thing. And it's right next to in the middle of nowhere is where this fucking thing is in God's country and next to a burned down house that just looks like there's this fucking old ghost lady that's about to steal your soul. There's Troy's another co-host on the show. You guys don't know him, but don't ever go camping with Troy. It always ends up.
Do it. That sounds awful. Those spiders.
Yeah. Lena, let's also go to you. What have you been up to the past few weeks?
I've been focusing on myself more and I'm doing modeling full time and just getting back into fitness and getting my creative juices flowing, doing some painting, doing some different stuff. I don't know, just getting back in the flow,
Yeah, after like the quarantine thing, are you guys still kind of social distancing and all that jazz?
Yeah, Illinois is kind of strange about their rules, but yeah, more or less it's still kind of restricted, which kind of sucks, but you know.
Yeah, it does. I mean,
the world is now.
It's been a good thing in ways. I mean, I've been able to start the podcast, so that's a good thing.
That's true.
Before having no time at all to having probably too much time is maybe not a good thing. But yeah, totally relate. Sydney, what you been up to?
Yeah, so I graduated college, and because I can't find a job in this economy,
Nice,
I've been playing
congratulations.
but I've been also playing like a shit ton of video games. So that's fun. I mean,
That's awesome.
yeah.
What do you play?
Oh God. Right now I'm hooked on Gary's mod,
Okay.
but I also play like Dead by Daylight, and like Fall Guys, which is a newer game. So yeah, I play like everything and anything. So.
Are you more of console or?
So I just got a gaming laptop, so I've been like playing on my gaming laptop, but I also love my PS4 because my laptop can't play like super high quality games like my PS4 can.
Yeah. I don't know, and I'm not going to ask how old everyone is here because I know that Jeff is like 55. Okay. But no, it brings up a good point. Tony Hawk, because I was going to talk about it in the show. Tony Hawk 1 and 2, the remake just came out. And I'm going to bore some people listening to the show right now. It's fine. I don't care. This game's awesome. I made this Facebook post about it. It said something to the effect of like, hey, the year 2000 came back in 2020. It's the best part of the year so far. That game is so well done. Like, I actually want to do, and I don't know if anybody's going to watch it. I don't fucking care. I don't think. I'm just going to do some review of it, like a 5-minute review. Because you watch all these reviews and it's like 25 minutes of some guy like telling you all the details. Like, you just need some dude to be like, hey, this is good. It's this, this, and this. Anything else? No. Cool. All right. But no, that's what I've been doing. And it took me a little bit to kind of get my groove back on it. But once it started coming back, that's where the addiction in that game comes from. Because it's like, yeah, you kind of do the same thing over and over again. Yeah, you're just skating around. But once you kind of learn to do combos and shit, that's great. Right?
Yeah.
It's like flow, yeah.
But I have a 4-year-old, and he just fucking made it through Mario Kart, like to where he could get a medal, like he'll finish 4
Oh my
right?
Yeah.
That was this week. And then I get this game and I'm playing it and he's like, oh, a skateboard game. And I'm like, yeah, you want to play it? And I hand him the controller and this kid starts playing this. So this is like huge for me because like I love sports and all that too, but I was always a gamer growing up as well. And I've always wanted to have, like, my wife knows, like, I've been waiting for my kid to be like old enough to really, because there's a difference between like kids just messing around. Like, I want to be able to play a game with my son. I want to move on to another segment of the show. This is a little something called How's This Rub Ya? Okay. And what this is I'm going to just tell you a bunch of crap that happened to me in the past week or so. And you guys can tell me if I was a dick, right? Also, just might need to ask your opinion about some things, okay? So need honesty here, okay?
All right.
No punches.
Can do.
The first thing I want to fucking talk to you guys about, I don't know what the hell. Like, I live in Washington, Missouri, okay? And granted, it's fucking boring out here, okay? There's not much to do, but there was a little girl, I want to say probably like 12, 13, and she's just sitting on the fucking swing, like on an intersection, okay? It's a 4-way stop at a stoplight, okay? She's sitting on the swing. It's a little park. It's right next to it. And she gets out in the middle of the fucking street and sits down in the middle of the road. And then when traffic's coming, she just gets up and runs back. And I watched this happen like 2 or 3 times. And I'm like,
many times.
This happened literally, it was at least 2 times, possibly 3. But I just remember, like, because at first I'm like, I see it and I'm like, did that just happen? And I'm sitting there because I'm waiting to take a left and I'm just like, that just fucking happened, for real. Like, how bored are people? How, like, we have all the technology in the world and this girl is fucking just going out and laying in the middle of the fucking street for entertainment. Like, that's what 2020 has done.
You know what's funny though, man? I used to do that. I used to do that when I was a kid. Until my parents
not surprise me
out of the house and grab me out of the street and tell me what are you doing? Like, my parents were real religious also, And so they didn't cuss at me or anything like that, but man, it would get them. They would come out and like, what is wrong with you? And I don't know if it was the excitement of laying in the middle of the road and like adventurous, but like, I don't know. I used to do that as a kid. That's weird.
Jeff, let me tell you something. Out of all the things I know about you, that's the least surprising thing you've ever told me, bro.
Probably. I mean,
Well,
let me clear up too. I love Jeff. Okay, so I'm just giving him shit. It's just I'm just teasing him. However,
I already warned the ladies. I said, "Don't worry, Gabe will warn you about me. Me and Gabe, we have a loving relationship." So,
well, once I'm friends with you, and I expect it back. I mean, trust me. But like, it's just your fair game, right?
right,
Fair game.
fuck right, damn right.
So so that's one thing. How do you? I mean, Lana, if you're fucking sitting at an intersection and some kid like is just out laying in the middle of the street just to see if they can get hit, right? I mean, how's that rub you? Is that like make you feel weird?
Now
You're
it
like,
would
"Excuse
fuck
me,
off.
sir. What are you doing in the road?"
Would you? I mean, I didn't say anything. You're a better person than I am if you're actually
I
going to try
would. I'd be like, this is not a good idea. I don't know who told you it was, but it's not a good idea.
I have no time. I have a fucking 9-month-old and a 4-year-old and a wife. I have no time to talk to this dumbass about why.
And you have a black car, you know?
What if it was your kid that was doing it, Gabe?
Dude,
Yeah. Oh.
Oh.
let me tell you something. Out of all the things I know about my fucking 4-year-old, that would be the least surprising thing. Because it would be
Oh my
fun.
God.
I would walk out and he'd be like, "Hey, Dad, just out here." Like, dude, seriously. I mean,
You're like,
he is at the point to where, like, I tell him not to do stuff and he just does it. It's like,
Yeah.
dude, I told you not to do this. Like 2 seconds. Why did you just do this? And he's always like, I don't know. I'm like, well, you're cute, so fuck. But still, you know what I'm saying?
That only
I
lasts for
do,
so long,
yeah.
Gabe.
I know. I tell them both. I'm like, dude, like, you better enjoy this now with your, like, especially with their mom. I'm like, because there comes a point, like, especially the littlest one, he looks just like me. I'm like, there comes a point where that don't work anymore. Like, so enjoy it while you can. Jen, like, we've been friends for a while now. I mean, I feel like you would probably write this wrong if you saw it. I mean, right? The mom and you might jump out. I don't know.
Yeah, I mean, I'm definitely like, I don't know though. They get to a certain age where I don't want to fuck with them. Middle school age kids are assholes.
Are you
yeah.
breathing? Yep.
oh my
Get dinner
God.
today? Yep.
These middle school kids nowadays will kick your ass if you talk to
They
them.
will.
Call you a creepy old man or an old lady and tell you to mind your own fucking business.
Yeah.
My first question would definitely be like, where the fuck are your parents? Like, who's letting you do this?
Yeah, like, what?
Sydney seems like she agrees.
Yeah, I used to substitute teach,
Mm.
and so I know how much of assholes middle schoolers are. So I'm not fucking with them.
There's a reason. She's trying to lure you.
Yeah, I'm like, no, I would not say anything. No, I would just drive away. I'm so, like, maybe that's wrong of me to do, but
I
like,
got it.
as teenagers do dumb stuff. So I mean, like, that's probably not the worst thing that they've done, and it's not the worst thing they can do. So I'm just like, all right,
Yeah.
go on ahead.
I mean, at least for now they're getting out of the way, right? Well, okay, another thing. I believe this might have been on the same drive, okay? So I'm just like, at this point, people that fucking take their kids to school and like things like right up the street from me are just making me wake up angry, okay? Because they just do dumb shit. Like, they'll fucking they drive stupid. They can't understand the concept of a fucking line. And then
Every
like,
full parking lot. Fucking
and this is a fucking dad rant. I'm sorry. Okay. So if this, I'm sorry. But the fucking people who don't use crosswalks, that's the whole point of this whole little spiel. Okay. What the fuck is your fucking problem? Like, if you're picking up 4 children from a goddamn like school and you got to take them to your fucking minivan that looks like a beat up piece of shit anyway. Like, I'm not trying to judge, but come on. Like, this fucking dude, I watched not just this group, okay, but the one group in particular. This guy had 4 children following after him that were all like under the age of like 12. Okay, like because it's the like middle school or the whatever. I don't fucking know. Anyway, he's fucking walking out, and not only does he just walk right the fuck out in front of me, all his kids do the same thing. So it's like, what fucking planet do you live on? And again, it's not just that group. I don't understand people that if it's like in a busy like city, right, where there's nobody coming, everybody else is doing it because you're just fucking, you know what I mean? You're not getting anybody's way, that's fine. When you're in a fucking, like, I live in Washington, it's a town of like 5,000-6,000. Like, dude, like, don't give me a fucking reason to fucking clip your ass. You know what I'm saying? Like, you're fucking.
Oh my god.
Good lord. My dick.
We just went down to St. Charles Main Street Saturday. We were down there Saturday afternoon. They were doing masks and music on Main Street in St. Charles, and a bunch of local artists were playing music down there for tips and stuff, and it was really cool. And but it was crowded as all get out, and I had the same thing. We're driving down Main Street and just people walking out in front of parked cars, and it's like I'm trying to. I'm looking at everything but the road because I'm fascinated by what's going on. I'm not looking for people trying to jump out in front of parked cars. It's like, use a crosswalk, man. That was one of my biggest pet peeves is people not using crosswalks, man. I feel you. Sucks.
I just don't get it. It really bothers me.
And then they look at you like you're an idiot that they walked out in front of a parked car.
Oh, don't even get me started, dude. There's this, okay, and I'm not fucking Mr. Tough Guy. I'm going to beat everybody up. I'm not that guy, okay? I'm really not at all. But, like, this dude fucking, I'm backing up the car like it was a night that me and my wife were just going to this bar and, like, up the street from us, okay? And he starts fucking yelling because I'm parallel parking. He's yelling out the fucking car. This dude's, like, I don't know, all of, like, 4'5" probably, and he just, like, thinks he's yelling. I think he thought he was yelling at like a soccer mom or something. You know what I'm saying? Because he compass, and I like get out, and he just stops, and he's like, "Whoa!" And I'm like, "Yeah, like I okay, we'll talk about this because me and my wife talk about it all the time, and she thinks, and she's probably right, that it's probably more my fault. But I will be goddamn, like in you guys, in your past relationships, in your relationships you're in now, I don't know your lives, what's going on with you, but just tell me. Does this happen, especially Jen Jeff? Like we have great timing on some things, okay? But like majority of things, our timing is fucking horrible. I mean, like just fucking horrible. Like it's like I don't tell her that I want to surprise her kind of a thing, and she'll like somehow figure that out, or she'll make it like there'll be like 4 things happen that I can't actually do like the thing that I was trying to do. Like, and that's just a small example. It's like from like the moment, like all either one of us, like it's like you get a bunch of stuff done and you sit down and you're just about to do something that you wanted to do all day, and the other person like just gets there right at that time. You know what I'm saying? Like it's all that kind of stuff. So I just wanted to ask, like, if you guys, does that happen with you guys? Because I mean, I feel like obviously, I love my wife, we're great, but like some people, it just seems like, especially from their Facebook posts, like everything is just fucking all fucking butter. Like they walk outside and butterflies come up and talk to them and like, hey, you guys are fucking like, you're so good together, this is perfect. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, does this happen to anybody else? Is this just us?
It's just you.
Is it? Okay. All right, thank you.
I'm perfect over here. We definitely like have our time. I mean, for the most part, we're in sync. I'd say 90% of the time, but then there's always that 10% where we're off, whether it's a bad day or a bad week or a bad month. Sometimes it's happened.
Yeah.
But for the most part, we're just super chill and just in sync all the time.
We are pretty much what you see on our Facebook. I mean, we tend to, that's one thing.
Butterflies and all bullshit. Yep.
Yeah, I mean, thank you. Appreciate that. That's one thing we've got that we've gained notability on is our actions speak what our words say. You know what I'm saying? Like we don't say we're going to do something and not do it and blah, blah, blah. I mean, we're just, what you see on our Facebook is what we are. But yeah, I mean, as a relationship, shit happens. No, we're not we're not all butterflies and roses all the
and
time, but
we're not only like,
but we don't fight a lot either. So
Right.
I mean, not that that was your question, but I mean, we tend to be in sync pretty much for the most part, or very flexible with each other because we understand.
It's too much.
We have four teenage kids, so you know, 17 to 13, and they keep us running. So you know, you just adapt.
that's how I know middle schoolers are assholes, because I had 4 of them at one time.
Yeah.
Oh no.
Well, thank you, Lana. You ever had a friend like that, a relationship like that, to where like it was like the relationship was great, like everything was perfect, but like just the timing of things, like dumb things that didn't matter, were just fucked up. You ever had that?
Yeah, I would say. Yeah. I mean, I don't know. I feel like in every relationship that kind of happens, like at one time or another. I feel like you have this idea in your head of how you want things to be and how you want things to go, and then, you know, like you said, like you plan a surprise, and on that day their grandma dies or something. Like you can't plan that, and I feel like that. Yeah, I feel like that's a given with any relationship, really. Honestly, it's never gonna just be like perfect, like the movies. Yay, sparkly.
Oh, that's good. I'm glad other people feel like me. Sydney, you seem like you agree.
Yeah, well, so like I'm in a long distance relationship, and so like for example, my boyfriend was supposed to come to St. Louis, and he lives in Kansas City, so you know it's only like a 3-hour drive. And he was supposed to come this past weekend for Labor Day, and literally the day before he was like, "There's something wrong with my car. Like my transmission is really messing up, and my air conditioning like totally blew out." And like he's always good on his word on coming here because we've been together for 5 years, but it was like the timing, because that's happened before. Like I will go out there, and that's when like the biggest storm of the year will happen. So like I totally get that. And you know, and since we're long distance, like he'll text me, and like we'll text each other, and then I'll call, and he's like just kind of like in a bad mood, or I'm in a bad mood, and we think we're mad at each other, but we're not. It's just because like we had a bad day. So yeah, like I totally get that. Like again, like we're super happy and we're in a great relationship, but kind of like we seem like we have the worst timing. So I get that.
I mean, for me, I think more often than not, it's a total Scorpio thing. Like, if that even makes sense. Like,
my boyfriend's a Scorpio.
Because, like, okay, and my thing too is like, it takes a special kind of woman to put up with me, because she, like, I'm not like mean or anything, but like, sometimes I'm just crabby, and sometimes I gotta be like, I have to stop being just mad at the world, because it's not like I'm like mad at her. It's just like I'm mad at this thing that I've been not talking about for fucking 4 weeks. That's been, you know what I mean? Like it's just so fucking dumb. And the timing thing, I'll admit it. Like I do blame her sometimes, and sometimes I know full well it's like, dude, if you just would have like gotten this done like a little bit earlier, if you would have planned this and done this last night. But you know what I'm saying? It's just like I said, it's just something I tease her about a lot, so I wanted to ask, because I don't think I've ever asked anybody about it. So thanks for talking to me about it. Another thing, okay? My upstairs. Oh, thank you very much. Which she will agree. My upstairs neighbor, okay, just moved, which is great. It's fucking awesome. That bitch, sorry, I shouldn't say that. That lady, very nice lady, she vacuumed, like, right at fucking bedtime, like, at my kid's bedtime, right above my kid's room, like, for, I mean, multiple times. And, you know, if you know anything about having kids, or just if you've been around them, it's like you actually get them to just shut the hell up sometimes and go to bed. It's a goddamn miracle, you know? So this lady is like, why the fuck are you vacuuming at fucking 8:30 at night? Like, what the hell do you do? You know what I'm saying? Like, would you just hate me, right? So anyway, she moves out with her dumbass boyfriend. He was a fucking dumbass. Let me tell you about this guy. Oh God, I've never ranted about this guy. Jen, have I ever told you about the dumbass Mustang guy? Oh my God. Oh, Lena, dude. First off, okay, this lady, I'm pretty sure, like, had been in a past relationship, which is fine, and this was like the new boyfriend. I'm telling you, this was the case, because at first she was just hanging out up there. And then one night I walk outside at like 2:30 in the morning because I don't know why. And I like walk outside and he's fucking out there with like a buddy of his. And I thought for sure this dude was like 22. Like this guy is like, 22-year-old just moron, just doing whatever. Like, and he had like something was fucked up on his Mustang, but he would pull up and he like the parking lot's like right outside the fucking window. He'd pull up and he'd listen to loud ass like Monster Energy soundtrack music. You know what I'm saying? Like Five Finger Death Punch and like fucking, you know what I'm talking about, right?
Some drywall punching music.
Like just cranking the shit. And so he would not only he would pull up and he would fucking like just sit there. So he gets home and the dude's been home like 5 minutes. I'm like, what the? Like sometimes I'd go and I'd just open my door and just look out and just look at him. And then he would like go inside. Like, and when he'd go and leave, I know I'm going on about this, but seriously, every fucking time the dude would go out there, it's like, what are you trying to prove, man? When I was 20 years old, 18 years old, I lived in a small town. I would roll down my windows and I would crank up fucking Linkin Park or whatever the fuck I was jamming in 2002. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's 2020. The dude was, and the other thing, he wasn't 22. This is the kicker. This dude was like at least 45. At least 45, okay? What are you doing, dude? What the fuck? Get the fuck. Anyway. So,
what's wrong with 45, fucker?
He got stuck at 22. He couldn't age past 22. He just got stuck there.
I think his Mustang definitely got stuck there because it was a piece. He was one of those, you know what I'm talking about. He's one of those people that drive the Mustang that think they're a hard ass because they drive a Mustang, but it's not even that cool of a Mustang, and they're definitely not cool. You know what I'm saying?
Oh, yeah.
So shout out to my old neighbors. I don't even fucking know your name. Never wanted to. Fuck you. Bye.
Would he just play his music, or would he rev his engine just ungodly?
No, he wouldn't rev his engine. I mean,
that's surprising.
Well, I shouldn't say that. I mean, he kind of would, but he didn't really have I think it was a 6-cylinder, bro. So it wasn't like,
oh man, that's even worse.
This was nothing special.
Right, when your car doesn't sound good, you're just like sitting out there revving it up. Like, so I do property management. I do maintenance for 89 properties, and I've got a subdivision out in Moscow Mills, which is out by Troy, Missouri. And
I know where Moscow Mills is.
Okay, and so it's kind of country out there, and dude, I get some of the biggest complaints are people out there like working on their cars at all godly hours, cutting grass late at night, just all this shit. You're like, and these are rental properties, and it's like,
I love country bullshit.
You know, so I get these calls, and I'm like supposed to be maintenance, and I'm getting these calls of like, my neighbor's revving their engine and loud music's playing at all hours of the night. I'm like,
more like security.
Right. And I'm like, listen, call the police. Like, I'm not there to monitor your shit. I'm there to fix your maintenance stuff. But dude, I feel you, man. Apartment complexes, like rental properties, those always seem to be the worst. Like, even our subdivision, we've got some people around here that they work on their cars, and I don't know, man. I just was never that type of person, even if I did. Like, there's a time and a place for it.
Here's a difference. I don't mean to interrupt you, Jen, but there's a difference between working on your car and just sitting out there like a dumbass for fucking like 10 minutes for no fucking
right.
Listen to Five Finger Death Punch. Bro. It's on Spotify, YouTube, Apple. I can show you everywhere that you can listen to fucking Five Finger Death Punch. It's not right in the fucking front of my house. God damn it.
Just put in some damn headphones or something. Like, it's not that hard.
For real. So, anyway. No, but the whole point of this, anyway, is that they're gone, which is great. Okay? It's not great is that I'm not making this up, for the past 2 nights, at about the same time, I'll hear upstairs, like at 1:30, 2 in the morning, like someone is fucking walking upstairs. It's happened the past 2 nights.
So, your building's probably haunted for sure.
So super cool that they're gone. Not super cool that there's still fucking someone up there.
Oh, God.
Right?
Have
How'd
you
that rub
seen
you, though?
Walk up there next time you hear it.
Well, because the door's locked. And
Ghost hunters.
hey, Sydney, I haven't asked you first yet. Sydney, how's because I know you guys do some paranormal kind of things on the show, but how does like, I mean, if you're in that situation, right, to where like, you know that your neighbors moved out, you're sitting, because I was playing fucking, I think I was playing Tony Hawk. So I'm sitting there playing Tony Hawk. It's like 2 in the morning, and fucking sounds like somebody's walking around upstairs. So what do you do when that happens?
Lock your doors. No, I don't want to know. Out of sight, out of mind. No. Nuh-uh. There's no way I'm finding out. It might be a murderer. It might be nothing. I don't care. No, thank you. I'm out of that. No.
Okay. Jen, Jeff?
That sounds like that murderer in the attic shit. You know, you ever read that story or the movie? I forget, they made a movie about it, and it's based on some real shit, man. There was a murderer hiding in some family's barn, and they kept hearing noises and shit, and then like months later this guy comes out and kills the whole family. That's what you got happening at your place, Gabe.
Thanks for that thought, bud. Appreciate you. Jeff Nichols, everybody, bearer of good news.
Oh no, we lost Lana.
Yeah.
Tina.
That actually happened to my mom's friend though. Like they moved into a new like rental, and for like 6 months they like food was taken out of their fridge and like stuff was like different. And one day she was getting ready in front of her mirror, and in her mirror she sees this person hiding under the bed, like right up. And so she doesn't react. She leaves the house. She calls the police, and they capture the guy, and they told her that the guy said that if she ever did find out, he would have killed her.
Whoa.
Wow.
Yeah, that's so creepy. No, like.
So no buenos basically is what you're saying. No bueno on that.
Yeah, no bueno. No, thank you.
Yeah, man, I guess weird shit like that can happen. I just like, I mean, we have, like I said, we have the baby, and he's up probably 2-3 times a night still, and I'll just stay up at this point because I'm still furloughed technically, so I'll just stay up and take care of him. So I'm not, I mean, if I heard more of like a shuffle, you know what I mean, like if it wasn't just like in one area, because I know it's like it's right. I'm pointing like you can see it, but I know where it is. So anyway, it doesn't concern me. Like I think it's probably actually nothing at all, but you get what I'm saying. It's just slightly concerning.
Now, if you start hearing vacuuming at 2 in the morning,
dude, dude, let me tell you something. If something happened to that bitch and she died, she would come back and like that's what she'd be doing for eternity, is vacuuming her fucking apartment.
And it would be the monster Mustang guy that killed her.
Yep. Yeah, right? This is my fucking life, okay?
What they're doing with the Save the Stages. I don't know if you guys have seen the hashtag. I know Gabe's familiar with it, but the hashtag Save the Stages, any building that's lit up in red is going to be like a venue, a concert hall. So like Fox Theater, like the Pageant, the Stifle Theater, Redfish or Red Flag, Pops, all those venues are lit up in red because they're trying to get state, like the actual Congress, to pass a bill that will allow music venues to get help, to get funding, because it's an actual, like, they don't treat music venues as like a legit, I don't want to say business, but there's something that the government doesn't consider music venues and local music to be an asset or anything of importance.
So they're not getting any help through any of this, while their doors continuously having to be
so
closed.
All these people are losing jobs, all these venues are going under, and that's kind of what, Beyond FM is. We try to work with these guys, and we get these venue owners in, and these musicians and artists and comedians and restaurants and just everything local. It's not just music, it's everything local. So that's kind of what our radio station does, and that's what our goal is to help all those people out. So
Yeah, I can relate to that because, like, I had season tickets to the Muni, I had season tickets to the Fox. So, like, theater is really important in my life. And before COVID hit, I was a murder mystery dinner theater actress. Like, that was my, like, living full time. So, like, we would go around to wineries, we would go to different venues, have like 200 people just packed in a room. And, you know, everybody would have so much fun because they're, like, really funny murder mysteries. So it'd be all comedy. And so I totally get where you guys are coming from, because the entertainment industry is one of the ones that have been hit the hardest, because without audiences, you don't have money.
Right.
And
right.
without money, stages keep closing. So.
Yep.
Yeah, so I mean, like, I didn't intend for this to go this way and depress everybody for a minute, but since we're talking about it, we can. Playing music is something that I've done for 10, 15 years. Never really got the needle moved much to do anything out of St. Louis. But I've done for the past 4-5 years, I've done, I've worked at a production company, so I'm a video technician. So, like, if you go to a concert and you see, like, a big LED wall and you see all the cameras and you, like, somebody's pushing all those buttons and doing all that stuff, well, that's what I did, right? So, we went from, and if it wasn't that, it was corporate things, or it was theater things like Stiefel Theater, or, you know, all kinds of shit like that. I mean, we were constantly busy. I was constantly gone. I was constantly whatever. Then this happens and it's like nothing. So if we're not the biggest, we're one of the biggest production companies in the Midwest. And we went from being so busy that we couldn't fucking do anything to everything was just gone. And it's like, the COVID thing is weird because a lot of people don't understand that, like, insurance companies are really the biggest thing because nobody wants to get sued. So it's really liability is the biggest thing that's going to keep. And I've said this from the start because lots of people are like, oh, 2 months from now, we're going to be back. I'm like, you know, oh, you know, well, hey, by, you know, August, we're going to, and it's like, no, I don't think so. Because, like, yes, do I want to do what I did? Of course, I want to be able to do that, you know, but it's just not possible with all of that. And the fucking save our stages, that movement was to fund the local venues, but also to give some of these companies money, you know, to kind of get through this, because, like, my owner has had to furlough his entire staff. Well, he's got, you know, warehouses full of gear that costs a lot of money and cost him a lot of money that you can't
He's not paying. Right.
And we're getting to the point to where, like, all of us, like, I started my own media company to make money on the side so that I can, you know, whenever we can go back, I can still do that. But we're to the point now to where a lot of the people that he wants to, you know, everybody, not just him, that owners want to furlough. How long can you wait? You know, I mean, when you have families and everything else, and it's not that people don't want to go back and do those jobs. It's that, like Jeff said, for some reason, people don't understand that entertainment and the arts are important because they just want to look through their fucking, you know, a million Netflix options or fucking YouTube options and not think about the fact that, like, so many of their shows aren't even able to fucking film right now because of all the shit going on.
Right.
So it's like
doing that shit. It doesn't just pop up there for your viewing pleasure, and these people aren't able to do it. So I think people are going to notice when the shit starts disappearing.
Yeah.
And it's starting to happen. Look at how many venues we've had shut down, Gabe, that have been around for a while. Staples in St. Louis, and they've shut down because they can't afford to pay the rent, and people still want money for their buildings, and so.
Well, dude, I mean, and I'm not trying to fucking bash everybody because I live here too, okay? And I've done this. I've totally fucking guilty, but, like, we don't care about shit until it happens to us. And the thing that sucks about the entertainment business and all of this, the things we're talking about, is by the time that fucking Cletus and fucking Bobby Joe notice out in the fucking sticks that don't give a shit anyway, it's gonna be too late because they can't fucking go see Toby Keith anymore, right? I'm just saying.
You're totally right. And, like, the thing is, people don't, like, understand that, like, a lot of actors and a lot of musicians who do it for a living, it was so hard for me to get unemployment because I was contract. So, like, and I think, like, unless you're, like, in a union or if you work, like, for an official company, like, it's really hard for actors to, like, make other money because they performed for people for a living. And, you know, people will be like, oh, but that's the profession you chose. Well, yeah, but, you know, people also chose the profession of, you know, being a waiter, and that was gone for months on end, or doing something else. And again, it's one of those things where, like, people don't care until it happens to you, until you get laid off. Like, somebody can be like, oh yeah, actors, like, who needs them? But then they get laid off and they're like, how dare this COVID thing happen to me? And it's like, okay, like, now you're starting to get it, I guess. So
yeah, well, because and here's the other thing that, and I mentioned this a couple episodes ago too, but there's like politicians that will just be like, well, just, you know, all these people are going to have to find different jobs. Okay, motherfucker, why don't you go? And I'm not bashing people that work at McDonald's, because I worked at pizza places for years. Trust me, I have no problem going delivering pizzas for a couple days. I will listen to jams, fucking sling pizzas, whatever. Doesn't fucking matter. But you know what I'm saying? Like, imagine, how about these motherfuckers that didn't figure out, you know, a package to aid the entire country, you know, went home till September 15th. How about they go fucking work at McDonald's?
right.
Why don't you go fucking flip burgers? You know what I'm saying? Like, go fuck yourself, Mitch McConnell. I'm so fucking sick of this shit.
Thank you. Oh my God, that's literally no truer words have been said. 100%.
Yeah, I'm fucking over it. So, Lana, welcome back. Sorry,
Thank
that was
you.
like did you get kidnapped and stabbed? Is that what happened?
By stuff. I was freaking out though, like I was being kidnapped or stuff.
All right, well, welcome back. I tell you what, it's getting, we've talked quite a bit about a lot of things I didn't even expect to talk about. So what I want to do here, let's take a little break, okay? When we come back, we are actually going to talk to you guys about the show that you were on, Local Ambition, okay? So stick around for that, everybody watching. On the breaks, I like to play some music from my friends, from the scene. Sometimes it's from me. Tonight, I'm actually going to play a song from myself. I'm in a band called 333. There's a song called Magic. It features a local rapper named Dub Flow on the bridge. So I'm going to play that for you guys right now. We're going to kick that. Come on back, hang out with the ladies from Local Ambition on the Stone Dog Show right after this.
Don't you just come over and kiss me like you did that night, and we'll get the hell out of this town. I was so lost for so long. You just feel right. I don't care what we do wrong, baby. This gon' be the moment we both see. We gon' be together forever. Maybe some kind of magic's happening tonight. Tonight, yeah. It's crazy that everything that we've been through might be finally finding what we both need. I'm here as long as you wanna be with me, baby.
So long I felt lost. In hindsight, I'm reminded of the lines that I crossed. Thinking about the wars that we waged and we fought. The fire and flames leaped in the words that we taught. We walked away, thinking that make the pain hard. I licked the wounds, stuff from the taste that needs salt. And it's haunting, I want you and it's taunting. Maybe a side effect to be an offspring of my mother or father who's only ever offering for each other was suffering. The love was but a false dream. I didn't want you to see that side of me, cause I never felt good enough and you were always reminding me. And how you felt wasn't lightning, like we were good on paper together, but it never took out the fight in me. That's magic we're a sight to see. Our love could never be wrong, cause it always felt right to me.
like regular Captain Crunch, but maybe not like the Crunch Berries.
Right?
I feel like neither, but that's
It's like a sweet and salty, but maybe not.
They're nice. They know how to feed people snacks. They have a podcast too, and I went on it, and they gave me mini tacos. What else did you give me? Gave me something else too.
We got a bunch of Jack in the Box. I mean, I don't remember what else we had.
Oh, we probably had candy.
Oh yeah, we always had candy.
That's my dog.
Well, I was waiting to see if it was a cat or a dog because I have cats.
I have cats too.
I left the door open.
That was awesome. They're good. They're good at cameos. My cat Mitch.
You're gonna be a guest on our show again, buddy.
I know I am. Soon.
Real soon.
What day is that again?
I don't know, Gabe. You put us on the spot.
All right, no, it's fine. We'll figure it out. Welcome back to the Stone Dog Show with Gabe Stroop and Lana. What's your dog's name?
Ozzy.
And Ozzy with Gabe and Ozzy. Welcome. We're gonna get into a little bit what you guys actually do on the show, okay? Because originally, I think Kevin, right, reached out to me, okay, and just talked to me about the show and said, hey, check it out, and I did. Cool. And he said, hey, we had some girls that love to be on the show to talk about it. I was like, super cool. So I want to start actually with Sydney, because I think from what I can tell, because he gave me access to season 7 and 8. I haven't watched all of it, but I've watched through little bits and pieces of just about all of it. You've been with the show for a while, right?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I've been on since season 7. So on season 7, I was, chosen to be in the show during the modeling competition and, acting. And then season 8, I was still a model. I was still an actor. I wasn't a model on the show. But then I started doing some writing and producing. And then now on the show, I kind of do everything. So.
Okay. So many hats.
Yes.
Here.
Yeah. I'm usually pretty busy on set. So.
Okay. Now, just acting in general, because I know you said that you did some theater, stuff like that. How did you, what made you want to do this? Like, how did you get started?
Just acting in general or on Local Ambition?
Just in general, because, you had to want to act in general to do it, right?
Yeah. So basically, I was, at 13, I really wanted to be an actress because, at 13, you usually want to be, an actress or a singer or,
NBA champion here. Yep.
Yeah, right. Exactly. So, I really wanted to be an actress. And then I was like, maybe not. And so in college, I changed my major 10 times. That's not an exaggeration. And then halfway through my college career, I was like, well, maybe I kind of want to get into acting. And so around the same time, I saw a casting call for Local Ambition, and I saw a casting call for my murder mystery dinner theaters. And so I interviewed for Local Ambition. I interviewed for my murder mystery job just because I've always kind of seen stuff, but I wasn't exactly sure how to really get into it. And so I applied to both, and I got both, which was great. And that's kind of actually what started getting me into acting, because my high school's theater program was not very good. All of the shows were kids shows, and it was just the thing was we had a pretty good budget. We had an amphitheater, not an amphitheater, whatever it's called, an auditorium and everything. But for some reason, they just put on these really bad shows. And but yeah, I used to just scroll on audition websites around the St. Louis area, and I saw this, and I was like, yeah. So it actually kind of revived my acting interest.
That's cool. In high school, so I fucking hate saying shit like that, because everybody who starts any sentence like that is usually a douche and gonna say something douchey. I was in plays in high school because originally because I took a lot of speech classes and stuff too, but originally it's because there was some girls that were friends of mine that were attractive that I was like, hey, yeah, and that's how, right? And we'd hang out, but then I was actually the lead in a few plays and stuff like that. So I think it is really cool. Lana, like I said, I haven't watched everything, but are you on season 7 and 8?
I'm in the newest season.
Okay. So 7 and 8, that's why, because I was going to ask, I haven't actually seen anything with you on there. I don't think yet.
Yeah. No, I'm in the newest season.
The one that's not out, right?
Yes, that one. It'll be out, I think, in October.
Sometime this year. It's probably
Maybe.
not October, but sometime this year.
Not sure.
We don't exactly know when.
Okay, which is completely understandable. So I asked Sydney, but Lana, kind of give me your backstory. Like, what made you want to do this? I know you mentioned, I think before we were recording, that you were into, well, you're just into modeling in general, right? So is that your primary focus, or?
No. So both of my parents went to art school, so I've been around kind of like an artsy family my whole life. I actually had the interest of acting in acting when I was 5 years old, and then they put me in acting classes and voice lessons and stuff like that. And then from there, I did like plays, I did like improv classes, I did basically all the different types of acting. And then I did commercials because I had an agent for a while. And then I was also on Shameless. I was an extra, and then I was on Empire as well. And just from there, I don't know, I've done like smaller roles in movies. Like, I don't know, I just love acting. It's my thing. Like, I've known it since I was young, so it just helped feed the fire.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So it sounds like, I mean, kind of same as Sydney, kind of same as me. So a lot of just like school stuff, and then I mean, you took it way further, both of you did, than obviously I did. But
Yeah.
well, that's great that you guys actually been able to do it, right?
Yeah.
So tell me a little bit about the show. I mean, like I said, I watched some of it, but from what I gather, so is this a real modeling competition?
Yeah.
So that
Okay.
part's real.
So yeah, it's basically like the modeling show, the modeling competition is reality, 100%. But the storylines and the, all the storylines of the characters, it's a soap opera. So it's basically like a soap opera about women competing on it's like a soap opera about women competing on a modeling competition reality show. So
the reality competition part is real. That's real. You're really competing. You really get scores. You really get eliminated. But the other stuff is scripted.
Yeah.
Okay. And so have you guys finished season 9 yet?
Basically.
Well,
Almost.
yeah, we have one more date.
There's one.
We have a couple scenes and opening credits and confessionals and stuff. So
I'm not going to ask you to tell me, but do you guys know who won already?
Yeah.
Okay.
What?
Yeah, we know who won, but nobody else knows who won. So
Actually, she knew who won before any of the other new people.
I did. Yeah, I knew who won before anybody. The only person that knew before me was the director. So
yeah, she was in the scene, and we had real reactions.
Yeah. So I can't
cool.
say my role, but I knew before, everybody else. So
Okay. So the goal of the show, is it to make a great show? Is it to display everybody's different skill sets? Is it to just kind of try to open different doors for different actresses and models? Like, is it all of that? Like, I know I just threw a bunch at you, but I mean, if you could give me kind of because Sydney, I guess you've been with the show a little longer. Nothing against you, Lana, but the goal of the show in general is what?
yeah, so the goal of the show is kind of to break stereotypes and, kind of get away from that mean girl modeling trope. And it's, we have some of the nicest people play some of the meanest people, and, some of the meanest, we don't have any mean people, but, some of the quietest people can sometimes play the loudest people. And so, yeah, it's basically about just the show that all of us can come together. We film it over about 6 months. So it's a lot of dedication and a lot of hard work. And people do go on to do other things, but just to be in this show is important to everybody that's on it, to everybody that I've talked to. So.
Okay. And I know we mentioned Kevin Edwards, right?
Yeah.
So was this his original idea? Was this like a co-idea? a brain trust came up with this? Like, how'd this come about? Because that's an interesting concept. You know what I mean?
Yeah. So Kevin came up with it. I want to say it was back in 2012. And so he came up with this concept of like a modeling reality show in St. Louis. And, for the first 5 seasons, it was all reality, but it didn't really start, until season 6, where everything was scripted except for the modeling show. And so, yeah, he's kind of taken it to new heights that way, by having, insane storylines and having just these crazy characters. And yeah, he's ever since season 6, he has really taken it to new heights.
Yeah. So like I said, I know that you're a co-producer, right? Or
yeah. So I'm a producer, writer, actor.
So as far as all that goes, it's kind of what I was going to ask next is like being a co-writer. So he came up with the idea, but you guys kind of do this together kind of a thing.
Yeah. So at the beginning of the season, we always come up with something different than the last season. Sometimes we have characters from previous seasons come on the next season, like me, for example. And so really at the beginning of this season, before that even, we'll have a writer's meeting and we'll all talk about what characters that we're thinking about having. And then we meet the girls so we don't have like characters. There's maybe 1 or 2 characters that we are like, all right, this is kind of like what we're thinking about. But all of the other characters really stem from who we pick. So we can look at someone and be like, wow, they would be a really good like horror villain, or kind of like that. Or like, oh yeah, they'd be really good at just being like the mean one. And we have training days. And from there, we had this idea for one of the girls on the show this season. And then we saw her on one of the training days, the acting training day. And me and the other writer, I took her aside and I was like, listen, I think this person would be so good in this role. And she's like, yeah. And so we ended up brainstorming and coming up with a completely new concept, even though it was only a couple weeks away from the first show date. So
that's cool. So just a lot, like I said, I'm going to ask a lot of different things I think of. So sorry if I'm throwing you some curveballs.
No, you're good.
I put out a Facebook post today, and actually someone did have a question for y'all, and I want to read it to you.
Oh, cool.
Just want to check and make sure I didn't get any others I'm going to miss. I don't think so. So Candace Lawrence asked, and Lana, we'll let you answer this first, okay? How did you, which you kind of have answered some of this, both of you, but how did you become part of the show? And she also asked just what it's like. So you said the show films for 6 months. Is that what you said, Sydney?
Mm-hmm. So
I mean, that's 6 months of your life. So Lana, give me the rundown. Can you answer those questions for her?
So I found out about the show because I met a friend of mine, Sarah, on a movie set, and she actually ended up introducing me to a studio. And then I went to the studio and was doing photo shoots there. And through that, I saw her on social media, and there were auditions and stuff. She said, hey, you should audition for this. So it's on, the internet. You can find it there. And then I went and I got my portfolio together and basically got a monologue ready. And then I went to the auditions. And then from there, they select whoever they select, and then they give you a call back. And then you get on the show, or you do not.
Right on. Is it so the 6 months of filming and stuff like that, is this up at 3 a.m. kind of shit, and Kevin makes you work 18 hours and then tells you to fuck off or something? Or is it
yep, all that.
No, it can't be hell, right? Because I mean you have a lot of models and actresses that seem like they know what they're doing this thing. I mean, you guys are very intelligent, obviously. I mean, you know what you're doing. So if you're a part of it, it's got to be doing something something good for everybody. And Sydney, let's let you answer that question too. So the question I know, like I said, you guys have both kind of answered, but I don't think you did say how you originally became a part of the show though.
Yeah, so I found something on a website called STL Auditions. And so I was looking through it and I was like, it's a modeling show. And I'm I'm a bigger girl, like I'm plus size, so I was like, maybe not. And then at 3 a.m., I was scrolling through Craigslist out of all places, and I'm scrolling on my phone because I was like, I'm probably not gonna do it. And then I'm scrolling on my phone at the talent, and I see it again, and I'm like, I mean, I may as well apply. Like, why not? So, like, at 3 a.m., I'm, like, filling all this out. I'm like, oh, whatever. And then, you know, they were like, all right, we want you to come audition for us. I was like, great. So I go to the place, and I don't really, like, I don't know anybody, and I'm kind of intimidated. And I go down, and they're talking to me about, like, what was on my application. And, again, it was at, like, 3 a.m., like, 2 months ago, and I'm like, wow, I don't remember any of this. Like, someone was like, yeah, you said that you had 400 books. Have you read them all? And at this point, I totally blanked. I was like, what is she talking about? And I was like, no, I haven't read them all. Because I don't know what she's talking about. That's just like, what's your favorite book? And just off the top of my head, I'm like 1984. And I realized that I put down 400 comic books, but she didn't specify that.
Oh.
So during my interview process, I'm just like, I have no idea. But then I ended up, you know, they were like, it says on your resume you can do British accents. Can you do one for us? And I didn't prepare for this at all. I did this terrible British accent. It was awful. I leave and I'm like, I get it. There's no way. Like, they just heard like the worst British accent of their life. But yeah, I ended up.
You do it now for us.
Oh God.
Yes,
Come on, you put your stuff on this.
the same thing.
I was gonna ask too. Can you do it?
It's not gonna be good, but I can do it. I'll tell the rest of my story in a British accent.
Okay.
And so Kevin gave me a call back, and he was like, hello, Sydney. We would love for you to be on the show. And I was like, oh, great. Thank you, Kevin. I appreciate you. And but yes.
Got you the job.
It did. I don't play a British character on the show, though, probably for the best. But yeah, like every season, it just gets better and better. Like sometimes, so on season 7, we would be there really late, but it was always so much fun. Like I made so many friends on Local Ambition, and anybody can try out. You know, it doesn't matter your age or your or it matters. Usually it's women, but it matters. It doesn't matter with your age or, you know, your race or your size. Anybody can apply. Anybody can try out. And we just pick people that like we think will be great on the show. So
no matter how good Jeff's British accent is, he can't be on the fucking show.
He can, but we won't cast him as a model. We had a couple guys try out this season.
Maybe.
So maybe.
Because you know his mustache would win the whole damn thing.
You're right. Why. He's too good. He's like OP. Sorry, Jeff. We can't cast you.
Hand model.
That's all right.
Automatically win.
I do a pretty good British accent though. So.
Well, hey, Jen, I haven't talked to you in a little bit. Let me ask you something, because we've talked to them about their background in theater. Or were you a theater girl in school?
Absolutely not.
Oh, come on. Not at all?
No.
This guy was.
But Jeff was a thespian.
I was a thespian.
Oh, was he?
Yeah.
Yep.
I can see that. See, Jen,
Jen beat up thespians.
That's what I was gonna say. Like Jen was like waiting outside by the lockers, like just fucking with Jeff in a headlock. That's how they met.
Listen, I was not a person in school, so I did not do extracurricular activities. I was more worried about partying and doing the really bad things. So
Jen wasn't a nice person.
And look at you now. You're on the Stone Dog Show. See, it's fine. Yeah. Kids, keep partying it up. Because one day, you can be on this fucking show. You understand? Change your whole fucking life. You girls wait. You're going to wake up tomorrow, your notifications, you're going to get like 2 fucking notifications.
Hell yeah. Like, that's 2 more than I normally get.
It's that fucking show.
I sent you both friend requests and then liked your pages. So there you go. There's 2 new ones.
Just wait till I post the actual show. You get like 5. It's going to be insane.
Yes.
Brace yourself.
I'm ready.
right? All right, no caffeine that day. You might not be able to sleep.
Oh, probably not.
Oh,
So-
Lord.
Lana, I know that you've just been on the newest season that's not out yet. But I was going to ask, in general, both of you, what's some of your favorite experiences in filming? Or if you have a favorite episode that's out, you can say that. If not, that's cool. But yeah, we'll start with you, Lana.
I mean, okay, I've never went to a place and felt so in like with people. Like they were my type of people, the people that just got the thing that I loved and got me. And I guess my favorite part of filming was like walking into a room and all these people just understood me and we all became best friends like immediately almost, you know, and they, not only that, they were like great people outside of the show and people that you could just like hang out with or talk to, or that's like literally the best part about it. All the people.
Okay, that's cool.
Man.
It reminds me of what Jen and Jeff said about the first time they met me. They were just saw me and they were like, "Is that Gabe?" And they're like, "Yeah, I think so." And they met me and like, "Oh my fucking God!" And they said, "I'll let you guys say it for if you want to," but they did say it was the fucking most groundbreaking experience they've ever had in their life. So
I don't remember that, but
I remember when with wife first, like totally skipping past Gabe.
well,
and running
but
straight
you and his wife.
listen,
have
we don't
a-
need the details,
like, you can-
okay?
oh.
We don't need any
When I
details.
met Gabe for the first time, I was starstruck. I'm not gonna lie. It was like talking to a god. So
Yeah. It's
yeah.
it be like that sometimes.
Yeah.
So Sydney, give me. Oh, Midnight Train. Yep,
Yeah, there's a guy named Gabe on there.
it's a song.
Down at the bottom. It says Gabe.
Yeah.
It says Gabe right there.
I have the shirt. You can buy shirts with my name on them, guys.
Oh.
You can buy 'em. Yeah, I'll give you the PayPal after the show. But no, Sydney, you didn't get a chance to tell me what's the best thing about being on the show for you.
Yeah, so it's kind of like she said, like the camaraderie of everybody, but also there's sometimes like spontaneous moments. Like you were asking like what the favorite episode was. My favorite episode from last season was the Dungeons and Dragons episode. So
Round table thing, I watched that. Yep.
yeah, so I walk in and I'm just supposed to be producing that day and, helping out around set. And they're like, hey. I'm like, hey. They're like, hey, someone wasn't able to show up. Can you be the dungeon master? And I was like, this script is like 10 pages. And it's literally my line is every other line. I'm like, you want me to learn that? And he's like, I want you to try your best. I'm like, okay. And again, it's like the only thing we're filming that day. So I maybe get like 15 minutes. And I go, obviously, I can't learn this. Do you think I could like put this script in my Dungeons and Dragons book and like make it look like I'm reading off notes? He's like, yeah, sure, try that out. So for 6 hours, we're doing this. And I'm like, just acting ridiculous because I've played Dungeons and Dragons before. I've been the dungeon master, as big of a nerd as I am. And so I'm just like going all out there and being absolutely ridiculous. And when I watched it back, I was like, wow, you could really tell I was reading off my script. But it's the most goofy, ridiculous episode, and I love it so much. That's my favorite episode, both as like a memory and to watch, because I'm like, wow, I'm really cringy on there, but also it's kind of funny.
Something bad happens to you in that scene.
Yeah.
He's like,
well, no, like, I mean, I can spoil it. Like, one of my characters dies, and then I get a call, and it's like, oh, Local Ambition has been canceled, and I have to tell everybody, and they're like, oh no. But then it ended up not being canceled. Obviously, we have this season, so
obviously.
Well, yeah. So which episode was that?
I want to say it was episode 6 of season 8.
So, and that's another thing. So there is a season 9 coming, right?
Yes.
I watched the show on Vimeo.
Mm-hmm.
How can people watch this show?
Vimeo.
Just is that it? Just Vimeo?
That's it. We might be looking at other platforms, and we have been on other platforms in the past, but right now it's only Vimeo, and you can access it through the website at alwayslatetv.com. So
Understand. Because I looked at different platforms for this, and it's like Beyond FM puts the show on Tuesday nights every week, and then I put it out on Facebook, and I fucking hate it, but for whatever reason, like Facebook gets the most reaction.
yeah.
I have a YouTube page that I would like to grow, but it's not growing as much as I would like yet. You know what I mean?
Right.
So it's just there's so many options, and it's like it's great that there's so many things out there to get your art out there, but the other side of it, and the problem is there's so much out there, right?
Too
like
much traffic. Yeah.
So
You
it's
know that, Gabe?
what's up?
You know where it's at?
Beyond
TikTok.
FM? TikTok.
TikTok.
That's so popular right now.
I know, but it's
Easy.
so is Snapchat. I'm just saying, right? So season 9 coming on Vimeo. Did this take a little bit longer to film because of COVID?
Oh yeah.
Okay, so the other thing I wanted to ask you guys is Lena's like, fuck yeah. So how did COVID-19 affect your lives and in this whole process?
Go ahead, take it away, Sid.
Okay. so we do the casting call like in January. So we do a casting call in January, and we normally start doing like everything. Like we normally film 2 or 3 Sundays out of a month, and we're usually done by late June, early July, late July at the very latest. And so so we like started that up, and we were doing great, we were going good, and then COVID hit, and we weren't able to film months. And by months I mean like March, April, May, June, part of June at least. And so we had to go until September 20th. And we also had to cut the show down. So normally it's 8 episodes, but this season it's only going to be 6 episodes just because of the pandemic. And we didn't want to be filming for a whole year, so it was very hard to try to figure out like, oh, okay, let's film on this date. But then the city comes out with a mandate that, no more than 10 people. And we're like, okay, well, let's try to film on this date with less people. And then some people are like, oh, I can't do that. So it was like hard to try to figure out when we could film that worked with everybody's schedules, because it normally wouldn't have worked.
It was a mess.
Yeah.
Guys, if I missed it, sorry, where do you guys film this at? Is this in St. Louis that you do this, or where's your where do you do all the filming at? Where's the studio at?
So we don't film in a studio, but we do film all around St. Louis.
Really?
We filmed, in Farmington before. We filmed in the middle of nowhere in Illinois before, but mostly it's in St. Louis. And we specifically do have a location downtown. But it's mostly just in the St. Louis, St. Charles area.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, it's completely acceptable to say that 2020 kind of fucked us all the wrong way. It really sucked for a lot of people. But I'm glad to hear that season 9 is coming out and that Lana gets to be on it.
Yeah.
Is there anything like, has anybody hit anybody with a steel chair? Anything like that this season? I know there was some teleporting I saw too.
Yeah.
That's worse.
I mean, we had the steel chair in season 7. We had the teleporting season 8. Season 9, I can't tell you, but there is some real crazy stuff. We got some really otherworldly stuff going on. Somebody, I can't tell you. I really can't. But there is some weird shit going on this season that's great. And when I say it's one of our best seasons, I am legit about that. So,
right on. So Vimeo, and we said not October, but sometime hopefully this year, right?
I don't think October, but probably November or December. But don't quote me on October. It might be. It's just
Sure.
I don't know.
This year is just so fucked.
Sometime this year. It really
It's
is.
fine. Lana, besides this, do you have anything out there that people? I know you mentioned a few shows that you've been on and stuff like that. Is there any other kind of roles that you've had that people can check you out on right now, or are you waiting for this?
Well, Venjour, but that's probably not a film that's super known. I was a gunslinger in that, but other than that, I would just want to be known for like my music. I've been making music since I was 15, and I've just now started putting it out. But other than that, it's just the show right now.
Okay. Well, hang on a second. So I should have asked you when you got out the guitar. So you said you've been playing music since you were 15? Yeah, you get to talk about that.
Well, writing music since I
Okay.
What would you like?
So are we talking like complete songs? Are we talking like ideas? Are you talking about like what, when you say playing, what's that mean?
So I took piano lessons when I was like younger, but I play piano, drums, and guitar. And I also, I've been singing since I was like 6 or 7 years old. So I've been like writing full on songs since I was 15. And I do them like in a variety of ways. Like I'll make a song on the guitar, or I'll do it on the piano, or I'll like make a song and then mix the two together and then put a drum beat behind it or whatever. But I just recently started coming out with like actually getting people to listen to my music, which was really hard for me. That like push through that, like, okay, you're good enough. Like, who cares if you're good enough? Who cares what they think kind of wall, you know? I finally got through it and was like, okay, I'm just going to put it out there. If they don't like it, they don't like it, but they liked it. So
That's awesome. So do you have a place where people can listen to your music?
Yes. I would say on SoundCloud. And I have one song on there, but it's on my boyfriend's his page, but it's called Farmshack. And there's a lot of cool like indie type of, indie rock kind of vibe. And then we have a song on there, it's called The Girl with the Black Hair.
Okay.
It's by Farmshack, yeah.
Okay.
And that's one that
That's one that you wrote and you just put out, you said?
Well, that one is the first song I ever put out. I have so many that I like have, but I won't,
Yeah.
release them to the web.
I have kept you guys a little bit tonight. We're going to play a game, okay, after this break before we end everything. And I would love to have you guys back for that. What would you say, SoundCloud, right, for you, Lana?
Yeah, I can send you a message on Facebook.
Okay, cool. And
name.
what was the name? You said it was on your boyfriend's page, right?
Yeah, the name of like the title of where you can find all the music is Farmshack. And it's like a picture of like a lady with like the staff thing, and it's like dark. You'll know what I'm talking about when you see it.
Okay, cool.
Yeah.
Sydney, I know we've talked about, you've been on season 7, season 8. But besides that, is there anything else out there that you'd want to promote or want people to see, or is it just kind of all about the show right now?
Yeah, so it's about the show, but I also stream. I stream video games. I did karaoke earlier today, and I stream in a hot dog costume. So it's a lot of fun, and I stream on Twitch. It's twitch.tv/dropmymeat. My username is
Oh man,
Drop My Meat.
So I can't go make that name, is what you're saying?
No, that's my name. You could do Drop My Gravy.
No, it's perfect that you have it. Great.
Yeah, but that's about it.
Drop My Meat. Yep. Okay. Well, perfect. Well, I tell you what, let's take a little break and come on back. We'll play a little game. You know what we're gonna play tonight, Jen and Jeff?
What?
We're gonna have a fucking tournament of death, y'all. That's what we're gonna do. And if you guys don't know what that is, stick around. We'll find out next on the Stone Dog Show right after this.
Hopping all around, I'm a pink bird. I'm walking all around, better drink some Wawa. I'm just Flamingo, I'm coming on your shoreline. Here I go, I'm gonna peacefully drink, yo. I'm slowly creeping up to your front yard. Nothing threatening here, I'm just a flamingo. I'm a flamingo and I'm coming up to you. Oh, is that your child? I'ma rip out his motherfucking eyeballs. I'm gonna rip out his goddamn eyeball. I'm a flamingo, I'ma rip out your eyeball. I'm a flamingo and I'll get up in your child's eyeball. No more eyeball, child bitch. Time for grandma. Time for grandma. It's time for grandma. I'm gonna eat your grandmother. Time for grandma. Give me your grandmother. Give me her vagina. I'm eating your grandmother's vagina. I don't give a fuck. I'm Flamingo, bitch. No rules here. No rules here. I eat vagina, then I fly away. Flamingo, goddammit, I don't care. I live by these rules and it's truth or dare, baby. It's a lawless nation for the flamingo. There's nothing that you can do about it. You ain't gonna win. I'm flying all out. I got a thirst for blood, got a thirst for blood, got a thirst for blood. I'm gonna come and get you. I'm a flamingo, bitch. I'm gonna come and get your ass. It's flamingo time. I'm time to eat a little snack. Yo, your snack is mine. The snack is your person. Your human body is my appetizer. Then for dinner, I think I'm gonna do croutons and maybe a light baby spinach. I think I might do baby spinach for dinner. But first your sister, and first your sister, and then your sister's sister, and then your brother's sister. That's right, I'm eating your entire family tree. What's up, bitch? It's me. It's your flamingo. Thank you.
Invite you guys, and it's me, Jen, Brandon Barbier, Lily Schmavis. I invited Rick Wagner, a couple other people, and
yeah.
yeah, we're gonna start a skate club and just go to like parks and just roller skate to like 90s music.
Hell yeah. I can't skate for shit, but I would watch that so hard.
Well, you can still be a member and you can like just come out and we'll teach you how to skate.
Yeah, that sounds like fun. Oh my God.
And then once we get big enough, we're gonna take our camper around the nation and just do skate parks and like
Hell yeah.
I would like to get the world's longest skating conga line on one of the Missouri walkways.
Jen,
That's amazing. I love
Am I
it.
joking? Tell me it's true.
Jen, at what point are you going to put a stop to him?
This is all true shit. It's called the rock and roller.
Yes, invite me. I will totally come on there.
Do not let him roll up to strangers with your pop-up camper and ask them to get in and go camping with you guys. Do not let him do that.
No.
Go skating with me.
We're taking our camper. If you want to join us, you can go with us. That's what the camper's for.
That's really funny.
It's interesting you brought up skating. I did want to talk about because we mentioned it a little bit earlier, okay? But to headline this, and by the way, welcome back to the fucking Stone Dog Show. I'm the Stone Dog. My name's Gabe Stroop. These are my friends. That's Lana. That's Sydney. That's Jen. That's Jeff. Okay. And like I said, 9 p.m. on a Friday night. Last Friday night. You know what I was doing? Fucking playing Tony Hawk 1 and 2. You know what I was doing in the year 2000 on a Friday night at 9 p.m.?
Playing Tony Hawk.
Yeah.
Fuck yes, I was. Tony Hawk 1 and 2. And it was fucking awesome. Like, so, I wanted to ask you guys, because the world pretty much fucking sucks a lot of ass recently. Like, no matter what you do, just everything blows. Everybody's mad at each other. You can't fucking have an opinion without somebody being mad at you. It's fucking dumb. Okay? So, back in your prime, right? Not like, you know, prime, like adult prime. I'm talking like kid prime, right? When you're 13, right? About. It's Friday night. It's 9 p.m. Sydney, What are you doing?
I am not gonna lie. I was playing Tony Hawk Underground on the PS2, and if I wasn't playing Tony Hawk Underground, I was playing SingStar 80s, where I would just karaoke 80s music on the PS2. That was my Friday night. I loved it. I didn't care for parties. I didn't care for any of that. I was having my own party.
That's awesome. No, I was very sheltered growing up, okay? I had to sneak out for everything I tried to do until I was like 16, 17. It sucked. Lana, Friday night, when you're 13, 9 p.m., what are you doing?
Probably reading a book. Honestly, I read books a lot around that age. I was a bookworm, so I'd pick like a whole series of books and just binge read them throughout the weekend.
Okay.
What?
What were your what was your jam when it came to books? You thought like fiction, nonfiction? What you reading?
When I was younger, I liked mystery books or like something that was like really confusing. That sounds weird, but like something that had like a complex storyline. So like science fiction, something like that.
I'm with you. So my parents made me read every night, and I don't remember every fucking book I've read, okay? But there's one in particular called The Antarian Messenger, and I'm sure I'm not going to get the actual story right. I know this is probably boring some people, but this is like one of those books. So it's like about this, from what I remember, is like this little kid that knew that somebody was an alien, but nobody else did or something. And like nobody believed him, and he wasn't really sure, but it was like a thing that actually was a thing, right?
Yes, I have read that book. That was a weird one.
It was, yeah. That's how I used to. And those fucking choose your adventure books, I used to read those too. Those were my jam.
Yeah. I remember those.
So hey, Jen, Jeff, we've talked about this on the show before, but Jen, because you're your own person that I love as a friend, okay? You're 13. Give me what you're doing, not what you and Jeff are doing now, or just fucking forget him for a second. What were you doing?
I plead the fifth.
You plead the fifth?
Ooh!
Scandal.
All right, Jeff, how do you feel about Jen pleading the fifth?
You know.
I know her background, and I asked her, you guys didn't hear it, but I said, are you going to answer honestly, or are you going to answer false? And she said, I plead the fifth. So I can contest to what she was doing at 13. I've heard the stories, but that's on her to tell the stories. So
it's sad. Do we want, I mean,
shit happens.
I was not video games or reading books.
reading books. You're watching TGIF.
I was probably out somewhere with the closest group of people hanging out on the streets smoking blunts.
You were being a hoodlum, is what you
I
were
was
doing.
definitely.
I got you. You're like one of those girls when they were 13 fucking sitting on the swing and waiting to go run out sitting in the street. Fucking run back. I know what you're doing.
What?
Jeff, I think I know the answer because we've talked. I mean, you got it. You guys should see his tattoo on his leg. It's pretty sick. I don't know if he can get it up high enough to get it on the camera. Or if you'd want to see it even.
Here it comes.
But
Oh,
then you might
yes.
appreciate it, yeah.
That's so cool.
Oh, that is.
Oh my god, that's
I mean, you gotta,
awesome.
Disregard the hairiness.
Nintendo.
No, that's so cool.
Dude, Yoshi was not that hairy. You gotta shave that shit.
Man, right? It's getting COVID, bro. COVID.
Everything is COVID's fault, apparently.
Honestly, I was going to say, at 13, I was doing one of three things. We had a pool in our backyard, and all of our neighborhood kids, like we had just a shitload of kids. Every house had, so we literally had like 10 neighborhood kids, and our house was the hangout. My parents were really cool with having our friends over and stuff. And so, of course, because of my age, we weren't playing PlayStation or we were playing Nintendo, the original Nintendo. playing Mike Tyson's Punch-Out. I mean, just all the original games.
Oh, yeah.
Or we were swimming in our pool, or we were out running the neighborhood because, again, I mean, this was back in the 80s, you know, and
Being a
Football,
hoodlum?
quarter mile.
no, but nobody, like back then, like literally because we all hung out together and we were at, like, all of our friends were, our parents were friends, you know, so it was like we're either down at so-and-so's house with everybody or they're down at our house or vice versa, and all the moms took care of us like we were their kids. So no matter where, like, yeah, we basically were playing Nintendo or swimming. So
Dude.
I didn't start causing trouble until I was in high school.
No, I get it. But dude, we're probably going to sound old. I don't know if we will or not, but like I'm 35. And when I was growing up, when I went to my grandma's in particular, she, like, probably 4 or 5 houses around her were my friends from school. So I would just beg to go there because it was just fucking madness as soon as we all fucking get together. And like we would, like, one time in particular that comes to mind is like we're all playing baseball. I mean, obviously we've been playing baseball for fucking hours, you know what I mean? And somebody hits it, and I think it might have been me, but it goes through the fucking window, like a neighbor's window that wasn't one of our parents or one of our grandmas, you know? And so I remember everybody just darts. Everybody hides. Everybody finds a great hiding spot, and my dumb ass fucking gets on the trampoline. So this person looks out the door, and I'm just like, and you just act normal, Gabe. It's fine. You know, couldn't have been me. I'm just out here by myself, and nobody fucking said anything. We somehow got it. It was crazy, but
Oh my god.
That's funny.
shit like that. We also tried to make a fucking zip line from a tree.
What?
That did not work out.
No, that doesn't sound safe.
Fell right the fuck out of the tree. It was fucking awesome. So anyway, if I wasn't doing shit like that, you know,
Now, if you want to get
shit-
into stories like that, that's a whole nother story because, again, we were running the neighborhood. We did
You're
shit.
probably one of those kids that put like baseball cards in your fucking BMX bike, right? So it sounds like a motorcycle.
Yeah. Well, dude, we actually we had woods, like a creek and woods in our subdivision, and we used to go out and build tree forts and do, like, you know, water balloon fights and shit like that, and we actually set the woods on fire because we built a tree fort and put a fireplace in it and, like, soaked these newspapers in gasoline and tried to make logs out of newspaper. And dude, we ended up setting the creek on fire, like the woods, and a neighbor had to call the fire department. And dude, we all got fucking busted for it. Like, it was. So you want to talk about
on fire?
That's the kind of shit we did, man.
Oh,
That's
no.
insane.
You're never coming over to my house. So if I wasn't doing that shit, okay, on a Friday playing video games, like we said, I wanted to bring this all around to something we relate to, okay, because I didn't know if everybody's going to be into video games and everything. If I wasn't doing that, I'd be watching TGIF. And again, maybe this is past your all's time. Sydney, do you remember TGIF? No?
No.
Lana? No? Okay, so this was a thing back in the day when all you had was like 18 channels, right? And you on Friday nights, like Family Matters, like Steve Urkel, that show.
Oh yeah.
Stuff like that, right, on Fridays. Or like Nickelodeon, which is a kids channel, had this thing called Snick on Saturday nights, and it had Are You Afraid of the Dark? It was like this scary shit.
Oh yeah, I remember that.
Right? Like with the orange
my
couch and all that
Right.
shit. So I know seems like we've all watched some TV in our lifetime, right?
Mhm.
And watching TV is always generally a good time. So I want to have a tournament of death of the best motherfucking TV character ever. Okay.
Oh, all right.
Oh man.
This is how we're going to roll. Jen, Jeff, I know that you've done this before. I know I just sprang this on you. But when you guys are thinking, and you can give me 2 separate votes, that's fine. We'll start with Jen. Jen, if you're thinking of like your favorite TV character ever, who's it going to be?
Oh man.
Right. I mean, are we going, like, what
Your favorite?
what time era?
ever?
Dude, this could be anything. This could be Sydney from season 7 of Local Ambition.
Dude,
Yeah.
Well,
Arlena from season 9. That's not out yet.
All right, I'm gonna go Sydney Amber Thiessen.
Oh, Kelly Kapowski?
Yeah.
You guys know? Okay, this is the other part of this. We have to make sure everybody knows who this is. So do you guys know Kelly from Saved by the Bell? You guys?
yes.
You girls, sorry. Yeah. Okay, cool. So we'll just say, I'm going to put her down as Kelly, okay? All right, so Kelly Kapowski. It's great. Sydney, do you have a favorite TV character?
That everybody knows. What about like Dexter?
That's fine.
Dexter.
So,
I have another one, but it's very specific to my time period. So
that works. So if people don't know who Dexter is, give me like the shimmy. Give me like a 30-second spiel.
yeah, so Dexter is a serial killer, but he also worked for like the police department in the forensics part. So like he's trying not to get caught while also trying to solve other murders, and sometimes he's like throwing off the police so he can kill the guy instead. So yeah, it's a really, he's kind of a badass and also really scary. So
Okay. Yeah, I like that show a lot. Dexter's a great show. Let's go to Jeff. Let's switch back. Jeff, do you have a pick?
I mean, I do, but it's probably
It's not- don't say Voltron. You can't say Voltron.
I was gonna say, do you guys know the show Perfect Strangers?
Yeah, Balky and
Balky was my favorite. That TGI Friday, man, that was Perfect Strangers was one of the TGI Friday shows, and dude, Balky's hilarious. If you want to go now, Saved by the Bell, I did watch Saved by the Bell, but man, do you guys know the show Salute Your Shorts?
Yes.
they don't know, dude.
I wish I could say yes.
Why are my answers always wrong? Because I'm old. You guys don't know. It's not my fault.
It's not your fault.
Because they're like
the game,
22.
girls. It's not your fault, ladies. This is always game. This is why on these
I assume we're
this
22.
game is not fair towards me.
Lana, how old are you?
I'm actually 605.
Okay, see? There you
I
go.
look great for
That's what you get for assuming.
for this month.
What's that?
No, I mean,
24 this month.
Oh, cool.
Girl,
So
same.
not far off.
Whoa,
Happy
you turned 24 this month? Girl, when's your birthday?
The 29th.
Oh my god, you were born the day before me. I'm turning 24 this month. My birthday's the
Great.
30th.
Listen,
Holy shit.
listen, everybody that's watching the show right now, I know you probably have tears in your eyes. And listen, this is just what this show does, okay? This is what this show is about. Making
Oh my-
connections.
Bro, we are only a
That is
day
great.
apart. That's
Dude.
No wonder we belong so. It's like hanging out with yourself.
Yeah, right.
I got chills. This is awesome. Happy
That's
birthday.
crazy.
I'm so
Happy birthday to both of us.
Right. Sorry for interrupting, but that
It's
was
okay.
That was
like,
crazy.
whoa. Yeah.
Okay. Jeff,
okay. How about Urkel?
they know her. You guys know Urkel, yeah?
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah.
Jen, you know Urkel?
Yeah. Or Pee Wee Herman. Oh God. man.
Oh, Pee-wee. Pee-wee's
Pee-wee's
Big Adventure.
Playhouse?
Yeah, Pee-wee's Playhouse too.
Saturday morning, Pee Wee's Playhouse.
Mm-hmm.
Saturday morning.
I love Pee-wee.
Oh hell yeah.
I'm going to stay true to form, okay? I know this is super nerdy, but Raphael is my favorite fucking
Yeah.
time. Because
Hell yeah.
if you don't know, okay, so we didn't get back on an Urkel either. If you don't know who Urkel is, I don't know what to tell you. He was Steve Urkel. I forget the actor's actual name.
Jamil.
Yeah, and he was a great actor, but he just acted like a huge nerd. And the show wasn't actually supposed to be about him. The show is called Family Matters. It was on every Friday night. Thank God it's Friday. TGIF was this thing they had every Friday night on network television. And like I said, he was nothing. Then he was super funny. So everybody's like, oh, well, yeah, we love him. I like had the doll that you like pulled his like the little string and like talked and shit.
Pulled his what, Gabe? What did you pull?
Hey, not on this show. It's a family show, motherfucker.
Hey, you know what? We want to know a little fun fact about Steve Urkel. You said it kind of, but he was only supposed to be a one-time, like a cameo, and as the neighbor, and he had such a high rating on the one pilot that he did, or whatever, the one episode that he was supposed to be on, that they requested him back. He did the rest of the season and then took off from there.
That's really cool.
Yep.
Yeah, he was great.
Small tidbit.
He wasn't Raphael, though, who was the most badass Ninja Turtle ever. Not the artist, who is also a great artist. But Raphael the Ninja Turtle, he's the red one, okay? With the red bandana.
Remember that.
Yeah, he's got like the size aren't that great, but see, his attitude is the thing. And like, there's this scene in the first movie where they eventually overpower him. But I don't know if you guys saw the first ever Ninja Turtles movie.
They weren't born yet.
He's on top of this
I
fucking
saw
roof.
it.
He's on top of this roof, and he's just kicking everybody's ass. I'm talking like just boom, 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 boom. And he's like, come on, how do you guys expect to beat me? And then like a bunch of them show up, and that's how. Of course, because you can't fucking keep fighting like that. He's just a mutant turtle. You know what I'm saying? So, he's my pick. Who's got one next? Who wants to go? Lana, have we asked you yet? Why don't you go?
This is a strange one, but the guy who is the Pink Panther guy, what is his name in the show? He has never seen the Pink Panther.
Professor Clouseau?
Yes! Professor Crusoe, or how do you pronounce it?
I know who you're talking about.
You know what I'm yeah.
Give me some background here.
Yeah, he's the human from the Pink Panther.
Yes.
Okay. I know who you're talking about.
The French guy.
But the guy who's what's the actor's name? The guy with the white hair. He plays
Steve Martin.
Steve Martin. Yeah, I know Steve Martin played him. I don't. But there was.
He plays it.
The guy. Yeah.
It's so fun. Oh my gosh.
Yeah, I know Steve Martin.
It's good, clean humor.
And his name, Professor Crusoe, is his name?
Yeah.
Okay. All right. That's a good pick. And so I guess you watched a lot of that growing up, obviously, if that's your number one
did.
pick.
Like a thing, yeah.
That's awesome. Okay. Jen.
Yes.
You got another favorite character?
Can it be like a duo?
It has to be one.
What the fuck?
It's one. Jesus fucking Christ. Need me to write you a diagram?
Whoa. Leave him out of this.
It can't be like the Wayans brothers because one is not better than the other one.
You gotta pick one. Gotta pick one. It's personal preference. Sydney, you gotta vote.
Does it have to be like a character? Can it be like someone from like a show?
It can
like
be, yeah, any of that. Like in, yeah.
Okay, what about Dave Chappelle from The Chappelle Show?
I'll take it.
Okay. He plays characters, so...
Free.
There's so many characters, yeah.
Yeah. I like his crack persona. I can't remember his name, but...
Is it Tyrone Biggums, is it? Is that
yeah,
what it
I think so, yeah.
Yeah. All right. If you don't know who Dave Chappelle is, you're fucking stupid. Go fucking look up Dave Chappelle. Jesus.
The Chappelle Show is like one of my favorite shows of all time. It's so funny.
Oh my goodness.
Oh, I got it.
All right. Jen, I'm going to come back to you. We're going to circle back. Do you have another one?
How about Victor from The Young and the Restless?
Victor from The Young and the Restless. Now, I don't know who this is. My grandma used to watch Young and the Restless, and when I walked in the room, she would turn in the channel, or she would be ironing, watching it all day, and she would act like she wasn't watching it. I'd be like, "Are you watching soap operas?" She would never admit to me that she was watching soap operas. She would refuse because she was like a church lady. You know what I mean? So she never watched them, but she was always watching them. Yeah.
Aww.
So who is this? Do you really? I mean, I don't know who this is. So that's a vote down is all I'm saying because I don't know who it is.
So he's a long running character. I mean, for the last at least 37 plus years. I think actually from the beginning he's been on there, and he's a character who owns a corporation and has done a lot of shady shit and a lot of not shady shit, and yeah.
What's his name?
I mean, it's a soap opera, and his name is Victor. I don't know what his name is in real life.
Victor.
That's kind of how he talks.
It
Too.
is.
Okay. We got one more that we need. So does anybody have one on the tip of their tongue that they just got to have on this list?
Tim the Tool Man Taylor.
What?
Out of all characters ever,
Wilson.
Tim the Tool Man. You know what? I'm going to throw a curveball. I might not because you guys probably haven't seen it. You guys ever seen Bloodsport?
Yes.
Action movie with Jean-Claude Van
Yep.
Damme.
Yeah, oh, sure. My shit's whack, but you're gonna fucking throw Bloodsport out.
It
What
sounds
the fuck?
well. It's because here's the thing. It sounds like it's super like macho, right? Which I mean, okay, whatever it is for the time. But like, if you watch it, it's funny. It's a funny movie. He fucking like the faces he makes and the slow motion shit and stuff like that. It's fucking awesome. His character Frank Dukes, that was great. But no, what's something everybody knows? I'm fucking drowning here.
What about
Fucking
like
crap.
what if you wanted to go like classic and say like Cookie Monster or Oscar the Grouch or
dude.
something?
Hell yeah.
Dude, Oscar the Grouch, that boy, he cracks me up.
We can do that. Yep.
Oh my.
Okay. So we're about to get this started. Okay. You guys hydrated? You guys ready?
Yes, we're ready.
This right here, I've lost count of how many fucking tournament of deaths I've done, but this is going to be insane.
Probably 21.
Probably traumatic. Okay. You'll probably have to talk to your therapist later because it's going to be fucking life-changing.
Oh no.
This is the best character ever. TV, movie, whatever. All right. First matchup we got. Okay. Oscar the Grouch has a pair of nunchucks, and he's fucking coming out like he's hopping in the can. He's actually not jumping out. He's like hopping because he's so fucking pissed off, all right?
Does he even have legs?
I don't know. I've never seen it.
Yeah, okay, so there was a movie called Oscar or Elmo in Grouchland, and there's a whole city under his trash can, yo. It's
What?
crazy. Yeah, it's insane, dude.
Wow. Okay.
Watch that.
Right?
Well, so he's got the nunchucks, and he's about to Professor Crusoe comes out with a fucking spear. Okay? So they're going at it, right? Who wins this? Who wins this battle? Oscar the Grouch or Professor Crusoe? Lana, we'll start with you. Even though Jeff just voted.
No, I corrected you.
I would say the Grouch, but somehow Crusoe always ends up winning by being clumsy and dumb. So Crusoe.
One for Crusoe. Okay. Sydney?
I don't know. Oscar is pissed already,
Yeah.
and I feel like he'd be even more pissed. And the thing is, he's a puppet, so he don't even bleed. Like, he will go until he is torn to shreds. Like, no nonsense. Gonna kick some ass. I'm gonna go with Oscar the Grouch.
Dude, I'm with it. I that's my vote too, for sure. Jen, what you got on there?
I'm gonna go Oscar. I mean, he's just angry as fuck.
Okay.
You can't even argue it at this point.
So
After that,
I think Oscar moves on, and I think we should all just leave him alone, or he's gonna kick our ass.
I voted for Oscar too. If you cared.
I did, well, you know, Jeff, I didn't, but thank you. I appreciate it.
Problem.
Next matchup, okay? Dave Chappelle has a bow staff, okay? Raphael hops down from the rafters with his sai, okay? Who's winning this one?
No contest. Raphael.
Right? No contest.
I mean, even
Yeah.
as far as like character though, too. Which is tougher, right?
Now,
Yeah.
Dave
Because if you're
Chappelle,
talking,
Raphael.
you're talking straight up street fight, like Raphael obviously is gonna win. Okay, he knows fucking karate. Okay, but he's a fucking ninja. He's a teenage ninja turtle.
Yeah, Dave Chappelle on crack, man. I don't know, but I'm still gonna say Raphael. I think he could just demolish him.
Yeah, he's huge.
Yeah.
Okay, I mean, I'm gonna vote for Raphael because it's my pick.
Yeah, that's fair.
I love Dave Chappelle. So that's 3, but 10 cents, what do you have to say about that?
It doesn't matter because Raphael already wins.
Yeah, Raphael.
They're so broken down and defeated. All right, so Dave Chappelle's out. So next matchup, we have Steve Urkel coming out. He's got a 3-balled mace. Okay, you guys ever seen those with the spikes on them? You guys know what I'm talking about, right?
Yeah.
Like, right? Victor has a fucking like long sword. Okay, from Young and the Restless. So Victor from Young and the Restless versus Steve Urkel from Family Matters. Jen, I'll let you vote first.
I'm gonna go with Victor, man. He reminds me of my grandpa.
Okay.
Yeah.
1 for Victor. Jeff, you have a vote up there? Shadow Master?
Man, that's tough. Gosh dang, man. Steve Urkel was pretty smart, and he could splice his DNA with Bruce Lee.
Yeah, like I said, I had a Steve Urkel doll, bro. I'm voting Steve Urkel. I don't know who the fuck Victor is.
I mean, listen, I know who both of them are, and Victor is a pretty tough dude. But I'm gonna go with Steve Urkel.
Okay. Let's see. Lana, what you got on this?
I have no idea. I have no clue.
She has no clue. Sydney.
I don't know who Victor is.
Nobody.
But Steve Urkel is pretty nerdy, and he's probably pretty weak. Like, I feel like if it came to a fight, he might not be happening.
Dude.
But, you know, I'm going to go with Victor. I don't know who he is, but I don't know if Steve Urkel could win.
Wow, big time curveball here on the Stone Dog Show. This is fucking top rate entertainment. All right? Number 1 show in St. Louis, right here. Lana.
You're the tiebreaker, Lana.
Some dude named Victor, okay?
I picked Victor.
Lana goes with Victor. Ladies take over the show and move him on against Urkel. All right. Last matchup of the first round. We got Kelly Kapowski coming out with her pom-poms. Okay? You guys know what I'm saying. You ever seen Saved by the Bell?
Yeah.
Kelly Kapowski could kick some ass if she wanted to. You kidding me?
Yeah, no, I agree.
Against Dexter, who, if you don't know he's coming, is way more dangerous than if you do, I think.
Dexter, for sure.
Dexter.
Dexter.
3 for Dexter. Dexter just moves on. So my whole fucking sermon about Kelly Kapowski just doesn't even fucking matter. Right.
No,
the thing is, Dexter can also fight. He can also fight like when he is when he's there. So, not saying that he'll win, but
all right.
That's the man, and she's a small, petite woman.
Yeah, that's true.
0 superpowers.
Dude, my wife has swung on me twice, okay? And I've missed both times, all right? Because I don't want none of that. You know what I'm saying? She's like, yeah, she's short, she's small, but she could kick my ass if she wanted to. So I'm not saying, frame means nothing, dude. I've always said, okay? Because it's the truth. And, I mean, there's also the difference between somebody that's trained their whole life to fight, okay? Because a lot of those guys just rip your fucking arm out of your socket and you're fucked. But in general, there's a day that everybody's going to get hit in the temple and fucking fall down. Like, it just happens. So it's like, you just got to watch yourself and you got to fucking pay attention. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Anyway, next round. So first round's done, all right? How the fuck does everybody feel? Everybody feel excited? Everybody feel like they're in the thick of this right now?
I think I know who's going to take home the cake. but I guess we'll see.
Lana needs a nap because this is just wearing her the fuck out. And I get it, because this is exciting. Okay?
I'm sweating.
Oh, see? Here we go. That's been sweating the whole time. All right. Next matchup. Oscar still has his nunchucks. Okay? He's fucking swinging them. And he's fucking ready to go. And he hops his little trash can over. You know who he's fighting? Fucking pops up out of the sewer. Oh, yeah. Raphael with his sigh. Okay. Who's winning that fight? Jeff?
Why you gotta start with me first?
Because I love you so much.
I gotta think about this for a second.
Raphael.
Yeah, man. I mean, as much as an angry dude Oscar is, I think all in all, Raphael's got more of the skills. I mean, does Oscar know martial arts? I don't think so. He may hit you with a trash can,
I
but
don't see. Yeah, you're right. You have.
I mean, you got a point, dude. I'm not going to say you don't have a point. Yeah, so yeah, I agree. I mean, Raphael's gonna kick the shit out of Oscar the Grouch, and fucking that's just gonna kind of be how it works out. So, Oscar, sorry, buddy, you're gone. Jen, I was gonna ask you, but it, like you said, it really just in the end, it doesn't even matter because we already fucking voted. So, next matchup.
That was actually pretty good.
Thank you.
The whole riff. Yeah.
Victor. Okay. Comes out of the fucking alley and he's got like brass knucks. And he comes up and he's like, I'm Victor. And that's what he says. And then fucking Dexter comes out. And he's like, I'm fucking Dexter. Fuck you.
I'm fucking Dexter.
So that's how this fight starts. So Jen, you know it's going to be tough. But who wins the fight between Victor?
Well, it's really not tough though because I've watched Dexter and he would win because he's very clever.
Okay.
So like even if it couldn't be physical, like he would probably like outsmart him in his murder.
I think you're probably right. Sydney, what do you think?
Yeah, I don't really know who Victor is, but Dexter's a pretty big badass, and he survived like the whole show. So I don't know. Somehow.
I mean, what's your experience in general been with guys that are like, my name's Victor? Has it been a good one or a bad one?
That sounds like a vampire. Like if somebody comes up to me and is like, my name's Victor, I'm like, don't be sucking my blood. I'm leaving.
Right on. Lana, you seem like you're thinking the same thing. What are you thinking here?
Definitely the same thing.
Okay.
Dexter.
All right. So we're going to call it. Dexter moves on.
I'm voting for the D.
All right.
What?
Jeff?
The big D.
That it was
Big D.
All right. Dexter moves on. All right. So this is the final fucking matchup. Okay. It's raining. We're on top of a fucking like city rooftop in St. Louis. Okay, so sirens are going off. Like there's fucking just all kinds of shit going on. All right.
Mayhem.
So Dexter is waiting because he knows that Raphael is going to be there any second, and he thinks he's going to get the jump on him. But what happens is Raphael comes up and just taps him on the shoulder because Raphael's a fucking ninja. That's fucking why, right? So, Raphael versus Dexter. Who's going to win that fight? Lana?
Raphael.
Raphael. Straight up. Sydney?
Yeah, I mean, Dexter, you know, he's just a normal human, and he's going up against a big-ass turtle. That you can't beat a big-ass turtle, no matter how hard you try.
It's going to be difficult. It's a mutant turtle.
Yeah, there's no contest, Raphael. I called him from the start. I knew he was going to win.
And they're teenagers, so they're not going to listen to you. You'd be like,
oh,
"Get the fuck
yeah.
off my-" No, they're not going to listen at all.
Yeah, he'd be like, Dexter, you're just his dad.
Do you want to know why he wins, though, Sydney and Lana? Because it was Gabe's pick. And Gabe has done this 21 times, and every time his fucking shit wins.
You want to know what really would happen? You want to know the real situation and the real scenario?
Yeah, Jeff, give it to me.
Dexter would put up a fight, and just when you think the fight's over and Raph won, Dexter's going to pull out his little needle and stick it in his arm or in his neck when he's not paying attention, and he's going to knock his ass out. He's going to wake up in a plastic room, and fucking Dexter's going to be eating some turtle soup that night and be like, tasted good, bitch. That's what would happen.
You know, I might change my vote then.
Wait.
I might change my vote because I think he's right.
Hang on. Wait.
Thank you.
Do you know how many... Listen, you're a gamer, Sydney, okay? Do you know how many times in the first Ninja Turtles video game, like, Raphael gets captured? And you have to fucking... Like, all of them do, but it's always Raphael because his weapon sucks.
Yeah.
You know?
I think I'm going to go with Dexter, actually.
But here's the thing I was saying. He never gets killed. Right?
Yeah.
So lots of different villains have tried.
But it also might be because it's a kids show, and they can't have anybody dying on kids shows.
Jen,
Oh, yeah.
Are you trying to start a revolt? Is that what you're
If
trying
this
to do?
was
Jen?
real life, Gabe, that's what the scenario would go down.
I think he's right. I'm gonna switch my vote. I'm gonna go with Dexter.
Wait, Jen didn't agree to go with Jeff with this. Okay, she still has a vote of her own. So me and Lana still have a chance here. Jen, legit, who's gonna win? Dexter versus Raphael.
Dexter, because
Why did I add the show?
why did you?
Just
Got
to
him.
fuck me. That's why.
Listen, I'm not saying Raphael.
In the last round,
not a
Jeff,
bad-
I had Raphael on the podium about to do his fucking acceptance speech.
Exactly.
You fucking
That's
interrupt
exactly
everything with your
because Raphael
bullshit.
would think that he's got Dexter beat, and Dexter would just be like, he'd be like, come over to do
You're
the
right.
final death blow, and Dexter would be like, boom.
No,
Right
he's
in the arm
right.
and stick him, and he'd
Sydney,
be like,
don't
what the fuck
encourage
was
him.
And
Don't.
he'd shrink back
I
down
mean-
to the little bitty turtle.
I'm glad Shane's not on
Underneath.
tonight because they'd feel sorry for him too. You guys have poisoned them.
No, I was poisoned before it started.
They were supposed to be my friends, and now you guys have just fucking trampled all over it. So thank you very much, 10 cents.
You have new friends though.
Yeah,
winner-
perfect. We've gone to the dark side.
The one Lana never said anything. Her vote's still Raphael, so there you go. So
3-2.
against our protest, to be formal, the winner, because Jen is a conniving ex-friend of mine,
Way to be dramatic.
not just an acquaintance, because she ruined everything, and now Dexter won the Tournament of Death. So congratulations, Dexter.
Yeah, Dexter.
All right.
Dexter.
So we talked about a lot of different things tonight. I appreciate everybody being on the show. I did want to say, again, if you want to find any of my music, my band's 333. That's where you can find all my stuff. If you look it up, it's 3.3.3. You can find all kinds of episodes of the Stone Dog Show. If you're watching this on Facebook, YouTube, give it a like, share it with someone, make them fucking watch it. Do not let them turn away. Like, just fucking make them watch this shit, okay? Yeah, but you guys, right? In 10 cents up there in the corner, well, guy and gal, okay? People want to find out more info about you and what you do. And actually, we haven't really let you guys give the spiel on the show tonight. What is it that you do for bands and artists coming up in St. Louis?
Well, we work for this radio show called Beyond FM. They'll play music.
Who are
local-
they? I don't know who
What?
they are. Who's Beyond FM?
Beyond. I was just getting ready to tell you, Gabe.
Sorry, go ahead.
Calm down.
We're not even friends, so it doesn't matter. You can find us on the socials on Facebook, Snapchat, Twitter, and anywhere through Beyond FM. That's where we do most of our stuff. We also manage bands. Sometimes we do promotions. You name it, we're there for you. That's all I got. Except for Gabe. We're no longer there for him.
Cool.
I'll be there for you, buddy.
Love you, Jeff. Appreciate it. All right, Sydney, I know we talked about it earlier, where to find you. But drop your your Twitch handle, right?
Yeah. Twitch.tv/drop my meat.
Right on.
Drop my meat. It's kind of unforgettable. So.
Right on. So Shane Presley cannot steal it now. Because I know him, but he definitely
No.
Right on. And also, Lana, you're gonna send me some music, and beyond that, maybe you can be on the show again sometime. Like I said, 10 cents. Me, like everybody involved with the show, look at all the people that have been on this show if you have time. There's tons of my friends that do lots of stuff in the industry around. They'll all be happy to help you with anything. So, but for now, do you have plans like for your music in the future, like what it's going to be called going forward? Is it just going to be under your name?
I don't know yet.
Okay. That's cool. It's all right. So look, check out both these ladies on Local Ambition. It's a TV show that you can check out on Vimeo until further notice.
Mm-hmm.
And it will be out hopefully by the end of the year, but we're not. And yes, that is my.
Hi, Kitty. I love cats. I'm sorry.
That's all right. I love cats too. That's why she's been in my house for 8 years.
Oh.
That is Mitch. Which yes,
I love that your female cat is named Mitch.
Because that was his neighbor's name.
Here's what happened, okay? Yes, the neighbor's name was Mitch. We used to yell at Mitch all the time, okay? But I thought Mitch was a boy originally, and then there came a time in Mitch's life when Mitch was trying to fornicate with the fucking bathroom stool, okay? Like the toilet. So I was like, you can't do that, number one. And number two, I think Mitch is a girl, right? So, and yes, Mitch is a girl. So, just saying.
That's really funny.
That's funny.
Maybe a little too much info, but it's my show. You guys agreed to be on
hilarious.
it, so I'm sorry. Anyway, I wanted to wrap it up.
Oh,
What? What? The show is being
that's
taken.
so cute.
This is the all-female version of the show tonight. This is the first time I've been outnumbered because usually it's just a bunch of dudes. So anyway,
What a sweet cat.
my name is Gabe Stroop. I'm the Stone Dog. If you're still watching, give the show a like. Check these ladies out on Local Ambition Season 9 coming out hopefully by the end of the year. If not, beginning of next year. Either way, you guys, thanks for being on the show. Everybody here is welcome back except Jen. Whenever you'd like to be, just let me know. But until next week, my name is Gabe Stroop. I'm the Stone Dog. We will see you later. Bye-bye.
Bye.